Hello. Welcome back for another training game. Opponent wants a Sicilian defense, and I'm going to meet that with the Alapin. Okay, this is standard Alapin. Go ahead and get developed. It's been a minute since I played this. Everybody's been playing the barman attack, the barman defense, and this main line is. I haven't seen it in a minute. Okay. I think here I just challenge the knight. He can take, and that protects the knight. But he takes here first. Now if he takes, I can push. And he's got two squares. And then I pick back up. The pawn. They try to kick me. Don't think that works. For some reason, I don't think that works. I think I can advance and he's still got problems. He keeps trying to push pawns to attack, then here probably is a better one. Okay. So he does. But from here, I still am attacking the pawn. So I just attack the pawn. Bishop's defending the knight, so a queen attack wouldn't be useful. He's got to do something about this knight now. Probably bring it here. The queen defends it here, so there's no tricks picking up the knight. He can come forward now that the knight's not there, but I do still get my pawn back. Can I come up here and attack the knight first? Force the knight to move again. I think I just picked my pawn back up here. And that's a nice pawn right there in the middle. He can develop the bishop now and attack the knight. What am I going to do about that? Maybe I just attack his bishop. Maybe I defend my knight and attack his knight at the same time. Okay, so he does do that. He does do that. I think if he backs the bishop up over here, he's going to be in trouble. If I go here, knight here, and he backs the bishop up, queen check is pretty devastating. If he blocks, oh no, okay, he blocks with a knight, brings the knight back. And then I bring the bishop back to double it, but okay. So the king and queen both defend. Not devastating. Devastating is a strong word. My other idea is to, I suppose I don't need to defend it. I can defend it tactically. If he takes, it's defended tactically because I check. And then I pick up the bishop. So there is no defense required. As long as that check's available. How about hmm. Hmm. So my choices are knight g3, attacking, queen d4, defending and attacking. I kind of like this idea of bishop to a3, preventing any ideas of castling. But I need to get castled too, because he might be looking at things of queen here. He doesn't want to go. Well, yeah, he could go queen there next if I don't put a. I mean, the bishop can't come here without being taken. So queen lift and rook behind to threaten this pawn. Then I have to lift the pawn to protect it, and might open up some stuff against my king. I really like this queen move. I think it's a nice multi-purpose move. It's just it defends and attacks. So let's strengthen our queen's position since she can't be kicked out of the middle of the board. Now his choices are take the knight, defend the knight, or move the knight. I am okay if he wants to give me the light square bishops, the bishop pair. Um, take that first. I don't see a problem with that on my end, particularly with this light square weakness while the king's in the middle. So Remove the knight. And then I can pin it. He kicks my bishop. I drop back. He kicks it again. I swing back here, maybe. It's a nice place for my bishop. I don't want to be here undefended because that pins my knight. So here, maybe. Or maybe I pin the knight. He kicks. I drop back. He could snap my knight off at some point there. Again, I'm not too worried about that. Hmm. Another idea, defending with the pawn looks very unappealing. Okay. Oh, well, that another option. He moves. He moves back here. So that takes a square away from the bishop. The bishop will be forced back over here, which is a good square for it. Hmm. Well, what if I put my dark square bishop here? He's got no designs on fianchettoing because the knight blocks it. He's got to move the e pawn to get his dark square bishop developed. So perhaps he moves twice here, attacking the queen. And maybe invites me to take on passant, trade queens. I don't want a queen trade. I want to leave my piece on the board. Think. Pretty sure I do. I've got the hanging pawn structure. I need to get rooks behind those. The first order of business is get our bishop developed. Yeah, I think that has to be the first order of business. Get the bishop developed. Queen protects it here. Got ideas of sacking the knight to get the bishop. Unless he opens this up, in which case the queen would protect the bishop. If he moves twice, I've got a passer. And I can check. Brings the bishop back. Remaneuver my bishop behind the queen, the queen behind the bishop. That hangs this pawn, doesn't it? No, the bishop's blocking. Okay. The queen does not see the pawn. I'd have time to. Okay, well, that's the way you want to be. He takes the knight. And I will take with the queen. Because I like this battery and it discourages castling for a little while longer. He takes, or he pushes open, I think. Or he might develop the queen to attack this weakness. And I can just defend it here or here. Then I get castled. Queen's defending the bishop as well. Hmm. Rook or queen to the c file, or push this the e pawn to get this bishop out. It's really all I see that black has here. And he goes with the queen option. And a castle and give up the pawn. That doesn't seem necessary when I can just defend it. Push it and defend it. That opens up the check, but then I have the block. So, and I'm going to get castled before he gets a chance to do anything, I think. I don't want to develop here anymore uh, because I like the bishop eyeing this square, this f4 square, now that the queen and knight coordinate for it. So I'm tempted. I think I'm just going to defend it because if I push right now, that limits my bishop. I, oh, wait a minute. He doesn't have a light square bishop anymore. So you want to castle queenside? Yeah, this just destroys his ability to castle. Yeah, I thought way too long about that. And now I think I am willing to sacrifice the pawn because if I can open up lines in the king's in the middle of the board, definitely he can have the pawn now if he wants it. It would be a mistake to take it, I'm pretty sure. But and he took it. Okay, well, it is a free pawn, but now I'm going to I'm gonna get you with development. Um, he needed to get his pieces out, but I don't know if that saved him either. Didn't really calculate much because I felt like this king's stuck here now. Even if he left the pawn in the way, he's in a bad position. He could have done something to help himself a little more, though. You're gonna offer a queen trade. That helps him, not me, so no thank you. Um, and I don't need to defend this pawn anymore because the king is sitting there. He can have it. Mm, I'm thinking about coming here to threaten mate. I think his only defense is this. If he comes here, I can open up the file. That's good for me. Um, what are my other options? Come over here, and then I'm threatening this pawn. He lifts. He's not threatening to take. Then I've got this check. Let's bring the queen over here. Because I'm threatening the pawn, and then I just come back with check and win the rook. Three useless pieces over here. Versus a couple active bishops and some rooks that are going to have very nice play. I would have felt very, very, very silly if I had missed that bishop check to prevent castling. I make a living on those. At least if I were a professional chess player, I would, but doesn't exactly pay the bills. So, I don't know what he does here. I mean, maybe he tries to get the bishop out. Um, I'm not even. I don't know if I'm even going to take the pawn. I may just check. I may bring a rook over here first to cut the king off of the c file and then check. He's in a bad way. He may have to push the pawn just to create a running route for his king. But once he gets here, bishop here is a killer. He's in a bad, bad way. Never played my opponent before from England, United Kingdom. Hmm. I would consider resigning if I were him, because this is just not black. It's not playable for black at all. There is nothing he can do. Okay, that's an idea, I suppose. Maybe bringing the rook over here was an idea as well, and just giving up the pawn. But I think once my rook gets here, I don't know what else. I don't know what else he can do. He's got to create this route to run. Pawn's untouchable. That defends here. But I can attack the queen here. Pawn's still untouchable because the queen has the d1 square. And just double rooks. Seems like it wins. Maybe he tries to kick my bishop. I just take it. No, just double rooks. You even take the pawn first here. Brings the knight back. Knight back to the middle. That is probably too little too late. Staring at my rook. Do I care? Can I pin? Yeah, I can pin. Let's pin. We're gonna pin the knight. Oops, sorry, kitty. Well, there is this check. I can take the knight, take the bishop. Oh, no, he can't take the bishop. The queen's defending it. Nope. Not a good idea. I mean, he can take the rook. He can take the queen. He can get a bishop and a rook for a queen. That looks terrible for him to play. He anchors the knight. Knight still can't move. So we go bishop to a6. I don't want to give up two rooks for the queen, really. That might be a win in this position since his other pieces are useless. But it gives him a little bit of momentum, a little bit of counterplay ideas. I don't have any lift for the king yet. So I don't think I just want to go cavalier and just trade on c8, leave a rook there, threatening here. The bishop has there, though. The bishop does have the c1 square. Did I give him a pawn push? I don't think so. I take here first. Yeah, we'll just not complicate it. I'll take there first. And then rook here, and is a mate. If he takes with the queen. Takes with the pawn. Rook here. That does give up her two rooks. Go here. I give up two rooks and a bishop for a queen and a rook. Yeah, we don't need to complicate. Let's just trade, make it easy. And these poor pawns. Just want to drive the king back so that the rook doesn't have complete access to the back rank. No. No, I think that wins me the rook. Good game. GG, friend. Better luck next time. That was a rough position that he got himself into. He played it with 71% accuracy. He had two great moves in there. I had a miss and only one blunder. He only had one blunder. This was an Alapin Sicilian. And looks like I got control pretty early and never let go of it. I have a 7.7 edge here. Calls that a great move. I don't know about that. Maybe he doesn't have any better options, but this was a mistake. And I've got a 1.6 edge here. Materially equal. And I've got the hanging pawns. But how is he going to castle? Doesn't like my queen lift as much. What's better? Attacking the bishop. That was my other idea, but it is not the best move. Just check the king. Really? I'll have to analyze why that's the case, but I liked the path I chose. That knight move was just horrendous. I think that was it's calling it an inaccuracy, but that ended up just keeping these pieces terribly positioned. Doesn't like my bishop move either. That's a mistake. What is a better move here? I spent a little time on this too. It probably still just wants me to check. Because it's a tempo gaining move. It's good, it calls it good, but okay. That also makes sense. Undefended pawn there. Okay. That's a blunder. Should not have taken that knight. Blunder. And of course, queen takes a miss. Should I have taken with the bishop? I should have checked. I should have checked now because he has to give up the queen. I missed that. That would have been a very nice find. Need to drill my tactics a little more, it looks like. I should not have missed that. And I almost missed this check. Like, once he moved the queen and gave himself some running room. Snap taking. I should pause and calculate. I did not need to take that bishop back immediately. And I could have ended the game a lot quicker, I think. Mate 9 forced from here. But I miss it with this rook maneuver. Mate 9, huh? I'll brush up on my mate 9 puzzles. What's the best move? If not the rook move, take. Okay. I could have taken, and this was pinned, yes. I did calculate. I did think about that, but yeah. His position is so terrible, I don't. Once his king is stuck in the corner, there's nothing he can do. Okay. Well, thanks for enjoying that Alapin Sicilian with me, and come back and watch some more chess.